Hi, welcome to our Pharma Topics channel. Welcome to the 16th series of study material related to Food Safety Officer examination. In this video, we are going to see the accreditation bodies, the important programs which are run by our government, which can be very important for your exam point of view. First, let us see the international and national accreditation bodies. Accreditation is the endorsement of an organization's competence, credibility, impartiality, and integrity in carrying out its conformity. Actually, accreditation and certification are different terms. Even they sometimes it may look similar, but they are actually different. Accreditation refers to third-party attestation related to the conformity assessment, and certification is a third-party attestation related to products, processes, systems, or persons. Let us see the international accreditation bodies and national accreditation bodies. For laboratories, for testing, it is ISO IEC 17025. For medical laboratories, it is ISO 15189. And the inspection bodies are ISO IEC 17020. The certification bodies for persons are 17024. For management systems, it is 17021. For validation and verification bodies, it is ISO 14065. For proficiency tests, it is 17043. And for producers of reference materials, it is ISO guide 34. These numbers are important. You can remember these things. This is the Quality Council of India, which creates an ecosystem for quality, and National Board for Quality Promotion, National Accreditation Board for certification bodies, National Accreditation Board for Education and Training, and National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers, and National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories. The National Accreditation Board for Certification, that is NABCB, it gives accreditation to certification and inspection bodies. It's a member of International Accreditation Forum, International Laboratory Accreditation the Cooperation, that is ILAC, and Asia Pacific Accreditation Cooperation, APAC, and as well as International Multilateral or Mutual Recognition Arrangements, MLA and MLRA. India has started a very important project called Clean Street Food Hub. That is, the street food is considered as unhygienic and a major health risk. So there is a need for capacity building of street food vendors that should lead to our behavioral change. Project Clean Street Food is one of the initiatives taken up by FSSAI under 360-degree approach to food safety and healthy nutrition. It ensures health, hygiene, safety standards of the street food for all the consumers. To ensure social and economic upliftment of a street vendor community, this program has been started. It enhances the popularity of the street food by transforming it into a global brand itself. Actually, FSSAI sets standards and guidelines and defines food safety management systems for the street vendors. It will duly recognize and certify those food hubs and food festivals. Swachh Bharat, Swachh Pakwan, Hunar Zaika project of it is a project of Ministry of Tourism. It can increase the revenue from the tourism. Confederation of Indian Industry, in partnership with National Association of Street Vendors of India and voluntary organization in interest of the consumer education, that is VOICE, and it also promotes awareness around food safety. The next program is Eat Right India. This Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, it's a campaign. It has launched the Eat Right movement to improve public health and combat lifestyle diseases. It has launched the Eat Right toolkit. Actually, it promotes safe and healthy food, regulates the food standards. It has asked the industries to voluntarily reduce the salt and sugar and saturated food fat in the packaged food materials. Edible oil industry, bakeries, and FMCG companies, including Nestle, Hull, and Patanjali, took a pledge to reduce the level of salt, sugar, and fat in their food products. While edible oil industry, bakeries, and halwa is committed to phase out trans fat by 2022, It is a policy reformulation to reduce the level of salt, sugar, and saturated fat. The Eat Right India movement is a collective effort. It has three key programs, that is Ayushman Bharat, Swachh Bharat Mission, and Poshan Abhiyan, Swasth Bharat Yatra, a pan-India cyclothon. Swasth Bharat Yatra would provide the trigger for cascading the message of Eat Right India to every corner of the country. So this is the Swasth Bharat Yatra. Swasth Bharat Yatra Pan-India Cycle Rally is inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's Dandi March and Salt Satyagraha of 1930. This Yatra would also lead the nation towards freedom from diseases by cascading the message of Eat Right India to every corner of the country. This Yatra is flagged on 16th October 2018 on the World Food Day on 6 tracks from 6 different locations. At New Delhi on 27th January 2019. There were 150 volunteer cyclists. They stop over cities and towns. They cover 2000 locations spread over 100 days. Poshan Abhiyan, it is a PM's overarching scheme for holistic nourishment. Poshan Abhiyan it aims at attainment of malnutrition free India by 2022. Poshan Abhiyan was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji in Junjunu, Rajasthan in March 2018. The Ministry of Women and Child Development is implementing Poshan Abhiyan in 315 districts in the first year and 235 districts in the second round. There are a number of schemes directly, indirectly affecting the nutritional status of children 0 to 6 years and pregnant women and lactating mothers. So this program will monitor, supervise and fix targets and guide nutrition related interventions across the ministries. Then they have a new program called Food Safety Mitra. That is a friend of food safety. It is an individual professional certified by FSSAI and performs limited actions on behalf of the food vendors with respect to implementations of the FSS Act rules and regulation. There are three kinds. One is a digital Mitra, which concentrates on registration, and training Mitra. It gives training to the food business officers, and hygienic Mitra. Then is a blissful hygienic offering to God. That is a Bhog. So this is the blissful hygienic offering to God. So blissful hygienic offering to God is an initiative of FSSAI to encourage places of worship. So it licenses the registration under FSSAI 2006. Training will be given to the basic catering course under post-act program of FSSAI. They have to get the license. All the vendors has to get a license, and the validity of that certificate is 2 years. Then RUCO, it is a repurpose used cooking oil, is an initiative of FSSAI to enable conversion of used cooking oil into biodiesel, which helps in checking on diversion of used cooking oil into food chain. So during frying, several properties of oil are altered as total polar compounds. That can lead to several diseases like hypertension, atherosclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, and liver diseases. In order to safeguard the consumer health, FSSAI has a fixed limit for total polar compounds at 25%, beyond which the vegetable oil should not be used. It is applicable from 2018 onwards. FSSAI implements EEE, that is education, enforcement, and ecosystem. The guideline is AOAC official method 982.27. The biodiesel manufacturers may enroll themselves in this program. Guidelines for sale of biodiesel for blending with high-speed diesel for transportation purposes is issued by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. I hope this information could be useful for your exam point of view. Thank you for listening. Happy learning. Kindly share this to more of your friends. Kindly subscribe to our Pharma Topics channel. If you like this video, kindly press the like button. Go through all the series and get success in your food safety officer examination. Thank you.